Hello.
Hello, I'm Karsten.
I'm Olga.
And we're going to take you through our Rent A CoFounder program here.
So a little bit about us. So we are mentors, coaches, and consultants for purpose-driven founders. And before we embarked on this journey, we each worked for over 10 years in big Fortune 500 companies, the likes of Adidas and Wayfair, across completely different business functions, everything from strategic management, omnichannel marketing, sales, logistics, operations, e-com, retail, product creation, you name it.
And next to all of that, also for the last 2 years, we've really immersed ourselves deeply into the tech startup ecosystem, especially here locally in Portugal. We are official partners of Portugal's biggest tech startup incubator and have various other startup studios and incubators that we collaborate with here as well.
So yeah, in the last 4 years, we worked with over 150 different startups, both in lifestyle and tech sector. And actually, what we noticed is that when people are working with us, they're very motivated and engaged, working on their businesses. But once they get out of our programs, they sometimes lose the momentum, right? So they lose the motivation, and life gets in the way, right? And they just stop progressing on their businesses, sometimes for months or even years.
Yeah, so people, get overwhelmed. They get overwhelmed on these solopreneur missions of starting the business, and especially with the elements of this constant need for content creation, getting out there, establishing yourselves and your business, and also understanding, what's the right way. So it also gives you the results that you seek with it. And it was the same for us. And we spent about 1 year, about 15K on really diving deep into, sales copywriting specifically to sell, then email marketing courses. We did different social media programs, experimented with different tools, to software tools that support all of that, sales courses. And we finally landed on this framework that we are teaching now here in this program. That was also the framework that allowed us to back then have our first 20K month.
Yeah, so basically what we started doing, we started jumping in as a team of temporary, or as we call it, rental co-founders, right? So it's really like your sales and marketing team. What it actually is, the program is 6 months of one-on-one mentoring, consulting, coaching, paired with being your marketing agency, like, if you will, because it's not only about consulting you on how to implement different strategies, right? But also implementing a lot of key milestones for you, so you can free time for yourself to, have some decent work-life balance and also focus on what you're doing best. So be that coaching your clients, teaching them yoga, or creating something in this world, whilst we are taking away the overwhelm of marketing and sales.
Yeah, so how does this work really? So we always start in the very beginning with an audit to look at where are you at in your business right now? What stage of business building are you in? And then, based on that, we now start diving into strategy as the next step. Okay, we understood where you are. Now let's build a strategy of where we want to go. This includes, brand strategy, product strategy, pricing strategy, channel strategy, content strategy. And then also we bring this all together into a one-page marketing plan where we think about, how will we generate leads for you? How will you then work with those leads to keep them warm and engaged? And how will you then eventually convert them as well? And that's step 2. Step 3 is now doing the actual work, right? Now we've got the strategy. Now we need to implement the strategy. So it's about actually building your branding, right? So it's like logos, colors, fonts, key visuals, photography briefs, things, pictures, images we need for your website or for your social media that would reflect the brand. And, if you already have one, it would be more refining that. If you don't have one yet, it would be building it from scratch. Website, social media alignment. So your presence in the digital space is a cohesively aligned brand presence that you build up. Lead magnet creation, because you want to bring in those leads, as we said earlier in the one-page marketing plan. You want to then, we will then understand actually your tone of voice, so we can create content for you that now starts generating these leads, but then also nurturing them, engaging them, and selling to them eventually. And then doing that across e-newsletters, social media, different social media channels. And then also working with you on systems to step by step, as we start, getting more into a system and routine to set up automations and make everything more sustainable also, even after, working with us in this program.
And we're topping it up with mentoring calls once a week. So we all keep on track and check on our KPIs. We also, if you need to, can support you with registering your company and choosing the right tax setup for yourself. And we can create and also review your business plan together along the way.
And we only offer this as a 6-month package, where the first 3 months are built basically to create the foundations, to build the strategy and, start putting things together. And then the second half, the next 3 months, are really the time where we want to create this return on investment where we want to start implementing and creating these systems and also getting out there to make this money for you?
Well, actually, we're not in the bondage. Well, at least not in business terms. So you will have the opportunity to opt out after the first 3 months, like just to give you a bit of a safety net in case you completely don't like the services.
Yeah, but jokes aside, you know, we do offer this just to make you safe. You know, you can opt out after 3 months, but it's a 6-month program for a reason. And we highly encourage you to stay in for the full time, because that's when we're really going to get the return on investment in the second half. And that's how this program is built.
And, you know, since it's a very custom-made program, right, we need to assess where you are at the moment and what makes really sense for you in the way how we implement the service. We highly encourage you to come on a 30-minute call with us to discuss your business. Yes, and to do this first initial assessment, just to see, you know, how it makes sense for you to leverage our services in the best way.
Let's go.
Talk soon.